G'day viewers. Well, getting this machine apart to clean it and make some nice coffees with it. I just got me a cleaning brush and a new group head gasket, because this one here is hard as a carp, as our pterodactyl says. And there's your dinner. Anyway, got it all apart. I'm gonna, this hot thing, gonna give it a good buff and clean in the sink. I'm gonna polish it with some brass. I want to buff it right up, make it nice and shiny. It's a bit dirty and manky, so add a bit of extra flavour to the coffee. Yeah, it's still as hard as a carp, because this group head was dripping around the sides, so it didn't feel right. So I've ordered the Cutaway works, some website, Australian website that does specialises in coffee machine parts. So I've got a spare gasket for it, and I got a cleaning brush to match this machine. It's actually an espresso machine, not a coffee machine, but it's all pretty bloody good. I've taken it all apart, stripped it down, cleaned it, took the element out of the boiler, manually descaled it, and it's all nice and clean in there now. So you're going to clean that. It's a bit cloggy. Yeah, that's not going to work too efficiently, so I'm going to clean that. Make it make coffee like a new machine again. Looks like a sink strainer. Smells good. Yeah, I'm going to give it a good clean. Because I noticed I wasn't consistently popping coffee out of the water out of your bed. So, got my cleaning brush, I give it a really good clean now. And it will start pumping the coffee normally again. There's a lot of build up on that. Kind of adds flavour to the coffee there. But well, I'll make it nice and new again. I've taken all this all apart completely and buffed it all with some headlight restoration and a bit of elbow grease and a couple of cuts on my hand. Especially in here, it's laser cut, it's bloody sharp. And then to cut the finger off. So I've got a deburring tool and cleaned it and made it nice and smooth. Anyway, let's get this gasket off, which is, as I said, hard as a carp, as pterodactyl says. Stuck on there. 2003 this machine's from, so it's 20 years old. Yeah, Bakelite now. And that was hard as a rock. Hard as a carp. The one that leaked. That's supposed to be soft and rubbery, and that's not soft and rubbery. Well, 20 years of heat and wear and tear does that. I can actually turn this now. I used to go there and I couldn't go any more than that. Now, look at that. Much better. Get a hot, run some hot water through it to flush it, because what I've done, I've got some magic eraser and brass over and polished it. A lot of thermal mass in this thing. That feels like a burning. You know that? A shine. Look at that. I can see my reflection. Wow. And there's your coffee. Nothing that a TLC can't fix. Better than this cheap Chinese heap of junk, which is not designed to be fixed. Well, you probably could get bits for it, but it's not like this. This is a Chinese coffee machine. Just cheap and Chinese. This one expensive and Italian. Coftex are the service agents for like Chimbali. Another round Chilio ones are Moffat, and the Creme are well built, which I think are Comcator. Pretty good score, I'm pretty happy with this. Polish it all up and it looks like nice. Might magic eraser this too, because you got to clean these things a lot when you're using these machines, because milk is not very good. It doesn't come off. Once milk cooks on things, it sticks, the fats from milk. So I'll keep that brass polished. But it works really well. Get a cup under that to catch the stuff, and we'll flush some boiling water through it to clean it. See, a bit mucky. Yeah, it will clean up. Got to clear that up, see? Double that in my coffee. Just keep doing this several times till it comes through clean. Does it stop? I love the Nordic O for the Nordic touch. That's better. That's a solid glass, eh? Nice. Short cups to put under there. I usually have coffee in a big mug. I usually use those big mugs for coffee at home, but might have to get some short coffee cups at the design that go under there. That's better. We'll take the grip head off and see how the flow's like without the grip head. We'll watch the flow now. Oh, that's better. Look at that. Consistent. I definitely wasn't getting that before. That's better. That'll work really well now. There's our new gasket. Nice pretty blue rubber gasket. So to change that gasket, you're going to take off the two back bolts and take that off. Everything drops down. Because this is actually crushed and slightly tapered. This holds it all together. Much better now. And there's your coffee. Anyway, thanks for watching. Viewers, I scored myself a nice proper Engel, 1970s second generation Engel. The one David Allen, or David won A1 Highway in it. He got a recent one, he scored one, where the compressor's the other way around. The ports and the pipes and the compressor at the top. Called the old upright, and that was the very first generation Engel from the 60s. This one's from the early to mid 70s. This is the second generation. Also, the one that he's got, the first generation Engels, had an anodised flat profile evaporator, looked kind of like this on the surface, which is a good system. So I said this is a second generation. I got a replacement oscillator for a good price. A local repair guy. I got a good price replacement oscillator for that because the oscillator had shorter transistors and it wouldn't run on it short the transformer out and overload the thermal thing and trip the fuses on a 12 volt. So I fixed that one. That's my personal one. And here's one I fixed up. Block capillary wasn't this one was more of a challenge. I had someone help me with this one. Well, I didn't have any high pressure nitrogen to blow it out with, so I just took it to a mate who's got some nitrogen. We basically disconnected the filter dryer and blew up through the capillary line with high pressure nitrogen, and then we blew it back through the other way through the compressor and pushed all the crap out and replaced the filter dryer. And we also got I also picked up a replacement fan, fixed that. Been high chilled, so I put those for high chilled -30 in it, but she works quite well. The compressor, the Sawafuji compressors in these only take about 20 ml of oil. That's it. They do not take much. But I'm going to have a very happy customer, so she's all fixed. As I said, it took me a lot of swearing and cursing to when we were cleaning the blockage in this thing. Pretty you can't do that on YouTube anymore about swearing and cursing. They're too canny now. Anyway, I'll try and post a snippet of a one of these linear Engel compressors Cutaway running. It's pretty cool to see. Anyway. These older Engels from the 70s and 60s. Simple was better. An oscillator with two transistors, TA3 transistors are metal ones, and a select handful of components. Now, one thing I will talk about with these old Engels, if you're new to the Engel thing, especially if you've got a vintage one, the plug on this thing, you cannot change that for anything newer, like the newer Engels or Wacos or an Anderson, because if you plug the 240 volt cord on this, the one of the leads for the battery will have 240 volts live on it. There's a reason why sockets like that with the slider. Basically, when you run this thing off 240, 240 volt 50 hertz goes to the primary of that transformer, and it steps it down to 22 volts AC 50 hertz to run the compressor. What the oscillator does, it's like an inverter, like a power inverter. Basically it's a push-pull circuit, creates AC 50 hertz, and that drives 12 volts into the transformer. There's a 12 volt primary in that transformer, which takes that 12 volts and steps it up to 22 volts AC 50 hertz to run the compressor. Pretty simple. The newer Engels though, the newer ones, the modern ones, have one big circuit board switch mode power supply and another big ass inverter circuit board that runs the compressor. Too much to go wrong, and they're expensive too. But there's older oscillators that are in here, minimal design, and they can be repaired over and over and over. They are available, those oscillators, but they've got to change them over because they haven't been produced for 40 years now. Been out of production for 40 years. So they just refurbish your old one and they will sell you a new one. And they keep the refurbished one for someone else. But this thing runs quite nicely. Has been painted. Cream, that creamy colour green, that was the original. But still looks alright. The only thing that really goes on with these Engel swing compressors is the piston. The sleeve that the piston's in wears out and the coil rocks, and it rubs on the magnet and cuts the coil and it shorts out. But that happens probably 1 in every 100 Engels over a 40-year period or so that are in service, so that long happens to them. It's common, but there's plenty of spare parts locally, like compressors like that, available around in circulation to repair these things for the next 200 years. So it's good to know. Anyway, this customer's going to be happy, and I'll get another Engel with a bad power supply, but I've got to get a replacement power supply, change over to fix that one. What have I got it set to? Oh, okay. Let's turn it up higher than that. This is not accurate. It's about 4 degrees out. Don't believe this thing, it's stupid. Running quite nicely. You gotta love these Engels. But this is, if you want to put in the market for a new Engel, stick to these models, which is a MT35F. If you're in the market for one of these Engel fridges, this is a model to get currently. These are the best models because of the litres capacity is perfectly matched to that compressor, which means it equals good power consumption. So in terms of saving your battery, especially, this is the best one you can buy on the market today, the modern Engels. So something to keep in mind if you're in the market. So, expensive, yep, but they're still a bloody good fridge, even though they're only made in Thailand now. Doesn't make them any cheaper for the consumer though. It's just greed. So Engel or Sawafuji makes their money. Like with everything nowadays, greed. I also put a 10 amp fuse in it because I had a 30 amp in there, which is a big no-no. And also there's newer Engels run on 12 and 24 volts. There's older Engels, 12 volts only. You cannot run these on 24 volts, only 12 DC. But that doesn't worry me. But this thing never dies, well, I got a good contact, I can get new compressors for these things. Because he rebuilds the compressors for this. The difficult part is how to rewind it. They're round one coil, and it's got forks like that and like that. There's a coil round inside, and that goes around the outside. There's a special machine you need to wind that, but there's plenty of these bloody Sawafuji units in Australia in circulation to friggin' repair these things for the next 200 years. So, I've also got another project, and a Paramount Brown's branded Chinese Honda GX160 clone. I've got some parts coming for that. Be about 90 bucks total. I love this thing running again. I've put some lithium grease and inox to protect that. There's crap in the pump. Yeah, something's loose. I'll fix that. I've checked this and pushed it and there's no play in that. There'll probably be the impeller's buggered or something in there, it's fallen off and yeah. Oh well. I have a good engine to put something else on if that pump's completely buggered. It's worth it for 90 bucks, get this thing going again. They're a good design, these Honda designs. Indestructible design. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Wait till it's in the light, and then you can slip. So out low.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so. It actually pumps you.
Yeah.
That used to go up.
That's cool.
It doesn't. And I covered it all in so
Yeah.
people couldn't touch it.
That's cool.
Would you slow it down, did you?